Thank you, honey. And they give me a pick here. I think my choice one. Okay, what's up?
All right. Well, David Childers, thank you so much for coming on with me today. I really appreciate this. Not every day we get a North Carolina music legend on the show. So
you don't have one today.
Oh, yes, I do. You're one of those humble guys too, huh? Oh, I gotta start with this though. I was introduced to your music and your art through the Avett brothers.
Right.
How did your relationship start with them? Are you from Concord? Is that how it all started?
Well, it was through playing music around here, and actually my son Robert introduced me to their music. He was very enthusiastic. They were just starting out as a local band at that time.
Yeah.
And I think they were maybe two, or just, Bob came along. But he was very enthused, and he wound up bringing them in to do some shows with my band. And I think a place called a Double Door Inn.
Okay.
And then the neighborhood theater, and at that point, they were on another level. So, it was like watching them take off in a rocket ship.
And, that was right back in the early 2000s when they were first starting out, right?
Yeah, I think that's about when it was. They were pretty amazing, but that's I knew them from then. I never really knew them that well. Robert knew them much better than I did. But Bob Crawford, of course, later on ended up producing a couple records. He's had his hand in everything I've done
Bob
since about 2008.
You said Bob Crawford has had a hand in all of that? That's
cool. He has, but they've been very generous with their audience, and with just sharing what they have, which is pretty amazing. Not just with me, but with a lot of other musicians. I was totally dumbfounded when they first recorded "Prettiest Thing."
Yeah,
it was a Cracker Farm video, but I mean that just created a whole new thing for me. It was a huge boost.
Well, I can tell you that video that you're talking about is how I was introduced to your music. I saw that and I'm like, wow, that's such a great song. I got to look up the original version, and I fell in love with your music. It's really something how just something like that where they shared a video of your song could boost you up. That had to be something for you.
Well, that's a lot of the way it works in music. I remember I like Peter, Paul, and Mary a lot, and they were doing songs by this guy named Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
And then you find your one artist leads you to another, and
that's the way it works.
A richer world for that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Word of mouth, gets things out there. But I love that version of The Prettiest Thing. Is your guitar tuned up?
I think it is. Yeah.
Can you play that one for us?
I'm really sorry it wasn't beforehand.
No, that's okay.
What you want me to do?
Can you play The Prettiest Thing? I would love to hear that.
It was a New Year's Day in the Seaside Bar. It was a special on PBR. The ocean roared outside the door. No one but us and some hardcore drinkers lost in the stormy day. How blue was the blue of your eyes against the skies of gray. Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face. Prettiest thing that I have ever seen. It must have been a wrong turn out to Kansas Cedar Falls, maybe Kansas City, Lord, I don't know. We just kept on rolling, it was too late to turn around. We ran out of road in Arizona. Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face, prettiest thing that I've ever seen. And you left me in that depot in Gastonia with your mother, and what you still had left was self-respect. I know that you tried to tell me that's when I wasn't drinking, and I could not find the words to win you back. Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face, prettiest thing that I've ever seen. Well, you changed your mind about me, and I sure understand. Years of miles were not what you deserve. Heard that you got married, and he is a decent man, although some say he's a little bit too reserved. Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face, prettiest thing that I have ever seen. Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face, prettiest thing that I have ever seen.
Beautiful. Love it. Now, do you remember where you were when you wrote that song and all the details about, what it meant, what it was about, or what can you tell me about that song?
Well, I really don't remember where I was when I wrote it. I think it took a process of a number of years. It started in December 31st of 1976. And Linda, my wife, and I were moving to Wilmington, North Carolina, and we weren't real sure about what our future was. And she was also pregnant with our son Robert, who plays drums with me and has a lot to do with my music. And but we just went. It was a real snowy, kind of icy day down there on the North Carolina coast, and we went out and found this little bar by the ocean and drank beer. I don't know if we drank PBR or not. I think it's maybe it wasn't my regular beer, but
maybe they had a good,
I don't remember.
Yeah, they had a good deal on it. Something.
Yeah, but I was reading a lot of poetry back then. I was real heavy into different poets, and there was one Pablo Neruda, who's a Chilean poet, and he had this poem called "The Mermaid and the Drunks," where this mermaid emerges from the ocean and goes up to this tavern where all these drunks are, and they abuse her and just do what human beings generally do.
Yeah,
Mess something up, destroys something beautiful and natural. But and I kind of took it from there. There's a lot of influences on it. But I cannot remember any time specific, just because the process of writing for me is it's like I paint now more than I write.
right.
It's a day-to-day thing. You go. I was also practicing law back in those days, and I really my memories are not that great anymore. It's all getting kind of jumbled up. I think there's a lot of things I want to forget about.
But I heard someone recently say that your songwriting is like each song plays like a little movie.
Yeah.
Did you did
I
your
like that.
writing
It's cool.
well, it's true though. Like that song that you just played, it's you can see it playing out in front of you. Like I can picture everything that you mentioned there, and it seems like a movie. Um, the way you write, is it just something that's always come naturally, or did you have to really work at it to perfect it? Because with the art and all that stuff, is it all tie in together? You're just an artistic person, obviously.
Well, it's both. I mean, I think I always like to sing, and poetry is, it's kind of like singing, except you're writing it down. And
Right.
I've always enjoyed expressing myself. Yeah, I don't. It hasn't been that hard for me, but it's been hard for me to do it in a way that satisfies me. I mean, I can write all kind of stuff, or do something half-ass. I don't want to do anything like that.
Right.
I want it to be the best I can make it. And at one time, I put a lot of energy into writing songs, and the imagery was very important. I started out writing poetry, and I was playing the guitar. He's sitting around a dorm room with 6 or 7 guys and guitars and um, all kind of other stuff going on.
Yeah, I
But
won't ask.
it's a fun thing, kind of like playing racquetball or something. But I would concentrate on. I studied writing poetry and reading a lot of other poets and trying to. I couldn't tell you a whole lot about Ezra Pound, but I think he said, keep it simple, something to that effect. It's all about brevity and getting to the point without a whole lot of excess verbiage. So, but I started when I started really writing seriously about poetry, writing poetry seriously. I was emphasizing the imagery as if I were painting. Of course, I realized, well, I can't paint worth a damn, so maybe I'll try writing poetry.
Your paintings are I love them though. They're simple, but how would you describe your paintings?
Well, let's say that was when I was like 20 years old.
Oh, okay.
And I started back. My painting, it's therapeutic, but I really have no way of describing it. It's primitive. I guess it's folk art. It's nothing real profound in it. I mean, sometimes I'll, try to do more interesting things and skeletons playing accordions and stuff like that.
I love the skeleton stuff. I've got to get my
Well,
hands on one of your skeleton paintings.
I enjoy painting. I mean, I always felt like skeletons were going to be a big part of my life. So it ended up like that.
Well, you had
I put on that little Halloween suit with the bones and the mask.
You had an album, Run Skeleton Run, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So what's your favorite song that you've ever written? Do you have a favorite?
Oh, man. I would say there's a song called Time Machine.
Okay.
If I had to pick one, it's I think I wrote it back in the mid '90s. In fact, it's the title of an album that I think it's my second album called Time Machine. And these folks, a band named the Rank Outsiders from here in Charlotte, took me under the wing. They had a lot of experience and some connections, and they took a liking to me. They took me out to Nashville, and we recorded a record out there. And I never was that happy with the record, but there's a few cuts on it that I think are maybe some of the best that I ever did. Time Machine is one of them.
Can you play it for us? A little bit of it?
I hope to be able to.
I'd love to hear it.
I apologize for not being adequately tuned.
It's all good.
again, this one song, I really don't know when I wrote it or why I wrote it. I just to get my head into these stories. And it's kind of a love song, I reckon. Man, this thing is stretching. Walking down that street, little place I like to hear, you think that I need who else but you? It was you. You acted like a fear me, you wouldn't get near me. Guess you never knew me, thought I'd ever touch you, unless you'd ask me to. There was so much fire and fury and too little mercy, that's in such a hurry. But it left quite an impression. Oh, but if I had a time machine, wouldn't have to travel so far, just another lifetime or so, and maybe I'd know if I could love you more. Every time the rain falls, I think I hear a voice call in the dark halls we moved through then, way back then. Well, I didn't want to hurt you, I know that I deserved you, I never did deserve you. My God, things sure went bad. Oh, but if I had a time machine, I wouldn't have to travel so far, just another lifetime or so, yeah, maybe I know if I could love you more. Well, I moved around the country, it was factory to factory just to kill your memory. And now I'm finally cured. I could be in Oakland, Boston, Cleveland, Akron, Kansas, Lincoln, Lexington, Wilmington, Concord, Mount Holly. Oh, if I had a time machine, wouldn't have to travel so far, just another lifetime or so, and maybe I know I could love you more.
Beautiful. Love it. Thank you so much. David
Yeah,
Childers with us. What's that?
My pleasure.
Yeah, I love that. Love that. Now, I read somewhere else here now. It says that you consider yourself a musical outsider.
Oh yeah.
Why do you say that about yourself?
Because I can't get in the door.
Well, I said before I started recording this that I have a North Carolina music legend with me here today. We have to do something to get you into that North Carolina Music Hall of Fame. I don't know what we have to do, start a petition or something, but you belong in there. I was looking at everyone that's in there. You belong on that list in that building. We got if I have to start a petition myself, I'm going to get you into that.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't even think about it.
Well, that's how I was wondering. What do you think about that?
Nice,
is it important to you, or
is it important? No, I mean it'd be nice, you know.
Yeah,
it'd be. I'd be thrilled if that happened. I mean, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, there are other things that matter a whole lot more to me, like staying healthy and having enough income, you know, that I don't have to, you know, go through hard financial times, or
right.
that my wife is healthy and beautiful, and that our kids are close. And That this country, at least right now, is at peace. But there are things that matter a hell of a lot more to me, like when's the war in Ukraine going to end? And
Yeah, I hear you.
When are we going to quit having the fascists trying to take over America?
Yeah,
things like that. So, but yeah, I mean, that'd be great being any kind of Hall of Fame.
You put that into perspective a little bit. Yeah, it really, I guess, isn't that important when you think of everything else going on in the world, but it certainly would be nice. That's for
Well, I
sure.
wouldn't turn it down. So.
There we go. Well, we'll make it happen
And I
for you
appreciate
sometime.
you. I very much appreciate you saying that. I do.
Well, it's deserved. Just looking at your body of work, the music you put out there, the art you put out there, everything you've done, you definitely deserve to be in those walls of that establishment over there.
Well,
where is the Music Hall of Fame in North Carolina?
It's in Kannapolis, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. I did see that. Right. How far is that from you?
I think it's about 30 miles.
Okay, so not too far.
I go up there to play sometimes. There's a great songwriter series up there, a monthly series at a place called Wired Coffee Espress, ESPRESS. They left the O off. But great sound. It's like, well, I'm just telling you, it's not that far away.
That's cool. Well, I know you played when Dolph Ramser was inducted into the Hall of Fame there, right?
Yeah, I did. That's right. It was an honor to do that. Dolph certainly deserved it.
Yeah, well, he's done a lot for music in North Carolina. That's for sure.
He sure as hell has. He's done a lot for me.
Now, you're obviously on his record label, right?
Yeah, I am. I have. We've put out several records, and it's a good bunch of folks to work with. I'm very lucky to have them.
They all seem like really nice, down to earth people.
They're very real people. I mean, there's most of the people I've met in the music industry are phonies and assholes.
Right. Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, these guys just, they're not like that. They're just regular people.
That's great.
But I don't know why. It's just it's an honor to be on that label. I know I don't make any money for them, so it's well, I don't. I mean, it's just a fact, and because people don't buy the records that much. I think they sell a lot of downloads, but they don't care. I think Dolph just wants to nurture me as an artist at this point. Because I'm 71 years old. My time's kind of running out.
You got lots of time left.
I think I'm trying to keep it that way.
Yeah, think that way. Yeah, definitely think that way.
But those guys, man, they stand up for me. I had things happen, where I needed some backup and some support, and they were Dolph, James Abbott, Bob, Scott and Seth. They always been there. If I really needed any help. So
that's great, and that's
that's
all you need.
I don't have to collect no debts or anything.
Not yet. How many people think Tyler Childers is your son? Do you hear that a lot?
No, not much.
Because I thought that at first.
Not.
And then I did a little research. I'm like, oh yeah, no, never mind. They're not. They're not related. Or are you related somehow?
He's from an Ohio branch, or Kentucky branch of the.
Yeah, he was born in Kentucky, right?
But
so he's like a distant relative.
About Tyler,
okay.
I've read some things he said that I liked, and but Childers is a name that my grandfather took. My paternal grandfather, he was born out of wedlock in Wilkes County, North Carolina. And my understanding his name was Warren. His last name, he was Bill Warren or William Warren, but he was adopted by a Childers family. So, that's what I've heard. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I've been using the name Childers a long time.
Well, we are running out of time already, believe it or not. We have about 9 minutes to go here. You've got a pretty cool gig coming up this weekend. You want to tell us about it? You didn't forget about it, did you?
No. It's a benefit for Press On Fund. And it's going to be done at Devil's Logic Brewing in Charlotte, which is a very nice place. Matter of fact, the Serpents and I play there once a month.
Nice.
And it's an outdoor, but he's got a big tent. The weather's supposed to be really pretty nice, like low 60s, and
jealous.
the rain doesn't start until after midnight.
No snow though, huh? That's good.
Oh no, but we're gonna have also letters from Annabelle. That's a group from up in Hendersonville, North Carolina, and then Mo Paleface. How could I forget Mo Paleface? They're gonna play second. We're gonna play third. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Aren't you opening for the Avetts too on New Year's Eve?
No, hell no.
No,
we did that in March. I mean, we did we were supposed to last New Year's Eve in Greensboro.
Oh, that's right. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
There's a band, Valiant Thor. That's who's opening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're great. Go out and hear them. You know, I'll be at home watching. I think I might be down at my daughter's house on Lake Tillery or something, watching football.
That sounds good. You're gonna be watching some football here pretty soon,
football.
You got your Tar Heels playing tonight?
Yeah, they're gonna show. They'll be on the field. I don't know how well. I anticipate going to bed early tonight.
Oh man! All right. Well, maybe they'll keep you up. All right. Can you play one more song for me?
What do you want here?
Can you play "Don't Be Scared"? I would love to hear that.
I'll be happy to.
All right.
Don't be scared of what your heart wants. Fear not the silver winged glory of love. Fear not the fact that living is dying. Don't be scared of becoming what was. We dance to the Jesus music. On the back porch I steal a kiss. When I was scared I could never imagine any place as nice as this. I could never imagine a lover so fine and as wise to my ways as you, with your eyes like an ocean that follow me every place. Don't be scared of what your heart wants. Fear not the silver winged glory of love. Fear not the fact that living is dying. Don't be scared of becoming what was. Come walk with me through the garden. Let us speak of the things that will be. Let us squeeze all the life from our moments together and never surrender our dreams. Don't be scared of what your heart wants. Fear not the silver winged glory of love. Fear not the fact that living is dying. Don't be scared of becoming what was. Oh, do not be scared. Do not be scared. Do not be scared.
Beautiful. I love that song so much. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Thank you for letting me do that, John.
Hey, no problem. Hey, we got a couple minutes left. Are you working on new music right now?
Well, we have a new album coming out in April.
Okay.
And I have a couple new songs for the next record. But on this new one, I wrote several new songs for it. Of course, that's been over process the last couple of years. But we also do like 4 cover songs on it. Never Take the Place of Your Man that Prince wrote.
Okay.
I Have Met My Love Today, John Prine.
Nice.
Blankets song written by Max Johnston, who used to be in the Gourds, and before that he was in Uncle Tupelo. And then a song by John Bird, Jon, John Byrd. He's a Nashville cat. He is originally from Alabama, but we're doing his is Easy to Be Free. I've recorded songs for it, ain't a big deal to me, but playing in breweries, which is mostly what we do, I hope we're stepping it up a little bit, but that's where we play now, and I'm grateful to have it. But we learned a lot of cover songs, and I enjoy it. It's never, you can never learn too many songs or know too many songs if you're doing what I do, which is go out and grind it out.
Well, we love hearing it. Where can folks go to find your music, your art? What's your website? Throw it all out there for us.
Well, there's a website. It's davidchilders.com. And it's maintained by Ramsey Records.
Okay.
And I'm on Facebook. I've got like an art page, and I've got a personal. I also got a music page. I try to keep it strictly musical.
Well, I love all your stuff.
You can find the stuff on Spotify.
Yep.
That's just about it.
You're on Apple Music too, I imagine, right?
I believe so. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think I bought a couple of your tunes off of there. So.
Well, thank you very much.
No problem. No problem. I really enjoy it. I am so happy you came on with me today. We're going to get you into that North Carolina Music Hall of Fame somehow.
Well, that's where. Let me know what I can do to help.
Well, I'll let you know when you get in. Okay. Well, but thank you, David, for your time. Happy New Year to you and your family. And I'd love, after the album comes out, maybe you come on with me again.
Yeah, anytime, man. Let me know.
All right. Sounds good.
Fun. You're very good at the interview. I thank you.
All right. I appreciate that. Thanks. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care, bro.
Thanks, David. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.